Welcome back. Thanks for your letters, emails, tweets, and messages. Today's question is from Sharon in Ottawa. Dear Sybil, I saw your show about stocks versus real estate. Is there any way to invest in land or real estate without being a landlord? And what about big stock market crashes? The next one looks like it could be a doozy, given everything I read in the paper and hear on the news. Sincerely, Sharon in Ottawa. Well, Sharon, first piece of advice, don't believe everything you hear and read in the news. There's a lot of noise out there and it can make people scared and fearful. The stock market does go up and down over time, but so does real estate. It's just real estate movements are not as noticeable because people only get a value once a year when they see their property assessment. And we all know those assessments aren't even all that accurate. But a question for you is, why real estate? If you're like many people, there's a preference for real estate. I think it's just because of how we were brought up. You can touch it, you can feel it, you can see it. Whereas stocks, they're a little bit harder to relate to. Learning more about the stock market will make you feel more comfortable about what those investment options are. And at the end of the day, it's all about making a truly informed decision. Now, to answer your question, yes, you can own property or real estate without having to pay a bunch of, well, you can pay a bunch of fees, but without having to be a landlord. If you buy land, unless you rent it as farmland, you're still going to be responsible for the property taxes and all the expenses, but won't have any income coming in. So that's a pretty expensive piece of investment to hold on to. When you look at stocks, there's fees to invest in a stock portfolio, but you're getting dividend income to offset that. When you look at a rental property, if you don't want to be a landlord, you can always hire a property management company. They typically charge about 10% of the value of the rents coming in, but then they will take over the responsibilities on a day-to-day basis of finding tenants. You still have to pay all the expenses though, so if there's a leaky toilet, they'll take care of getting it fixed, but the bill is going to go to you. Now, something important to remember is over time, long periods of time, I'm talking 50 years, stocks have historically considerably outperformed real estate. And most people already have the majority of their investments in real estate, namely their primary residence. So like any investment strategy, you want to make sure that you are really well diversified. And before you invest in either stocks or real estate, have a look at the numbers. Go to thewealthylife.com to have a look at our property valuation analyzer to see if a rental property is suitable for you. And that wraps up this edition of The Wealthy Life, helping Canadians make smart financial decisions. Join the conversation on social media and tell us your story. Go to thewealthylife.com to ask your financial question to make the most out of what you have.